What's going on, guys? It's JSGC here, and we're here for the Liverpool second leg Champions League quarter-final review. And unfortunately, Blues, I don't bring good news. It's gone near enough how my instinct was telling me. It's disappointing, and I have to question the mentality of the players. However, the mentality comes into question not because of the first half. I thought we were very good in the first half. Very unlucky in the first half as well. We'll get round to that when I get round to doing the review. But the mentality after the first half, how Man City allowed the game to drop away, and they ended up Pep Guardiola losing his head. He ended up getting sent to the stands over a decision that should have gone in our favour but didn't. The players, I feel like not enough was done at half time. The players' heads mentally had gone. Liverpool exploited that, and Liverpool just do what Liverpool do in the second half, and ultimately means that we've now lost 3 games at home. Our last 3 games at home, which is Basel at home in the Champions League, last 16 second leg, Manchester United in the Premier League after being 2-0 up, and now this disappointment of being 1-0 ahead, dominating the game in the first half to end up losing the game and going out of the Champions League 5-1 on aggregate to Liverpool, a team who are 3rd in the Premier League whilst we're 1st in the Premier League and cruising 13 points clear at the top ahead of Manchester United. So it's really disappointing, and the mentality of the players and the mentality of the coaching, particularly after half time, wasn't really there. It was particularly weak, particularly disappointing, but understandable in my opinion. So we'll get through with the review now. So like I said, it's another perform in the first half, don't perform in the second half. Where have we seen that before? Yeah, absolutely fair credit. Well done to Liverpool, though. They went through. Overall, over both legs, Liverpool have been far superior to Manchester City. They've showed their style of play. They showed what they can do. We haven't really done that, mainly due to us not performing on the big stage. When you don't score at Anfield in your first leg away from home and you don't pick up any away goals, you're always going to be struggling. You're going to be struggling to go through. And that ultimately is why we ended up going out. We haven't gone out because of yesterday. We've gone out because of the first leg and having too much to do. And it ended up impacting the game. We ended up losing the game. We've just got no choice now but to move on. For the game itself, we got to the perfect start. Van Dijk looked like he'd been fouled. For some reason, Van Dijk didn't get the free kick. Referee wanted to make it about himself, and the referee, Van Dijk then ends up losing his head, not tracking back, too busy moaning and complaining. It leaves Liverpool one defender short at the back, exploited with a fantastic ball from Fernandinho to Sterling. Sterling plays a lovely ball to Jesus, who takes it first time, fires it. Well, our first shot on target in the whole tie. It goes in after 2 minutes. The Etihad Stadium erupts. Everyone is absolutely delighted. We've got ourselves a Champions League classic on our hands, and so we hope. Bernardo Silva, as the half went on, we kind of slowed the pace down after around 10 minutes. We then put the intensity there towards the end of the half. Bernardo Silva had a shot which was deflected, went just wide. Bernardo Silva played excellent in this game, particularly in the first half, by the way. And then he had another deflected shot, which, in my opinion, if it hadn't deflected, might have just crept onto the inside of the post and gone in this. The deflection took it just a slight little bit to the left, ended up smacking full centre of the post and bouncing clear for Liverpool. So unlucky. And then the controversy comes in just before half-time, when a ball is cleared from Liverpool. It ends up rebounding off Milner's chest. It's deemed to have come off Jesus instead, and it's ruled that Leroy Sané was offside as the ball gets tapped in through the defender's legs with an open net there after a mistake from their goalkeeper with a poor punched clearance. Now, in my opinion, I'm not too sure if Jesus, if he had touched it, Leroy Sané was offside. It was so close, that call. I could have understood if the referee gave it offside for there. But Jesus doesn't only not touch it, he's nowhere near the ball. It clearly comes off Milner. There is the referee that's looking at it. There's that assistant referee behind the goal that is looking at it. And the linesman, who all have a good view of this, deem it that it's come off a Man City player, and therefore the player comes into question that Leroy Sané is offside. Now, because it's come off Milner, and it's clearly not come off Jesus, offside is completely redundant in this case. The goal should have been allowed. We should have gone in half-time 2-0. That changes everything then. Liverpool then have got a lot to think about. They've got to be thinking, we need to score next, we need to up our intensity, and Man City would have come out in the second half, would have had our tails up looking for that crucial 3rd goal. However, Pep loses his head because his goal is wrongfully disallowed. We need VAR, by the way. I don't know why we've not got it. We've got it at the World Cup, we've got it in the FA Cup, but we've not got it in the Premier League and the Champions League, the two biggest competitions for all clubs that are competing in them. So it's really disappointing that we've not got them. Pep loses his head. He says something to the referee, and for some reason the referee didn't give him a warning and tell him to go down the tunnel. If he carries on, then send him to the stands. He just straight away just sends him off up into the stands. The referee, I don't really want to say anything about the referee. He was just so inept, awful. Just wanted to make it all about himself. Really disappointing. He has ruined. I saw one of the people on social media, one of the journalists, say that the referee, was it Gary Lineker? I can't remember actually. It was either him or one of the other journalists, but they said that because the referee has wanted to make this great tie all about himself, that it's ended up ruining this classic game of Champions League football that we could have had. The referee has ruined it to make it all about him. And it's so disappointing. It's extremely correct that. First half, all our hard work and how we played was all overshadowed by that, and the players mentally gone from there. Liverpool end up coming out in the second half being a lot better, which they needed to be, because in the first half, poor. They ended up coming out. Mane, after a mistake from Edison, after he gathered the ball, let it slip. Salah there to poach. Edison commits, Otamendi commits, and Salah just puts it into the far post. Poor defending, poor goalkeeping. Again, no time for mistakes. They make the mistake. Liverpool get that away goal, and the tie's done from there. Then ultimately on the 77th minute, terrible defending from a shaky Otamendi, whose passing has become extremely poor. He ends up giving the ball away. Firmino ends up sealing the game, makes it 2-1. And a solid, great win for Liverpool. They move on to the semi-finals, and City now, we move on to trying to seal the Premier League whenever we can do that. There you go. So, referee, Leroy Sané, so many talking points. It's just so poor. Weak mentality from Man City, losing the heads. Pep knows better than to go and confront the referee and shout. He should have just got him in at half-time and just said to the team, we're still in this tie, we're 1-0 ahead. We need 2 more goals, get 2 more goals in the second half, and we'll see where we go from there. Ultimately, just try and win this game, give us something to go at. Instead, these records are starting to slip away. I know Pep doesn't care about the records, but these records, they're starting to slip away from us. Mentally, it's tiring for the players, and it's tiring for us fans as well. I'm really tired of football at this moment. I don't know about you, but this last week or so has tired me out of football. It really has. I don't know whether it's I'm growing older and getting sick of it, or whether I'm just getting absolutely sick of all the inept officiating from everywhere. That it's ruining good games. I don't mind losing, as long as correct decisions are made, because I'll always then give credit to the team. And instead, I'm left with a bitter taste in my mouth, because I'm left thinking, what would have happened? What could have happened? What could we have done if the right decisions had been made, if Salah had been ruled out, if Man City hadn't scored that early goal from that free kick that I think that Van Dijk should have had? What would have happened? All these ifs and buts. It's just, I feel like we're getting the short straw a lot lately. It's been a story of our season. Luckily, we should win a Premier League from here, where I think we've been incredibly fortunate to be able to do that, because the referees are trying the best against us. I don't want to moan about the refereeing all the time, but it's just, I feel like we're getting picked on all the time. These decisions that just aren't going against us. I mean, they're not even like penalty decisions and stuff like that we've had in the past. These are just concrete, simple officiating that the officials are getting wrong. The offside, you know what I mean? Was it onside? Was it offside? Was it handball? Has he gone over the ball? It's a blatant sending off. It's a blatant penalty and stuff like that. It's just so poor. I ain't sick of it. I really am. Yeah. Doom and gloom. We'll move on to Tottenham. We've got another difficult away match. This could be our 4th loss in a row. We've lost 3 games at home in a row, and we've also lost our last 3 games. Liverpool twice and Manchester United. We've now got a difficult game at Wembley against a Spurs side who are starting to find their form. They're scoring goals, so we've got a lot to think about, because if we end up losing this game and Man United beat West Brom at home, which you'd expect, the gap at the Premier League is going to drop down to just 10 points from there. It's gone from being 19 points during the Manchester United game to 10 points. We've overturned 9 points in the matter of 2.5 games, and all of a sudden, you know what I mean, we're fighting a load of teams that are down there. What I don't want us to do now is to start crawling over the line. This is the time for us to respond, beat Tottenham Hotspur, and the Premier League is signed and sealed, in my opinion. Then it takes Manchester United to win every single game, and for us to not do anything, basically, in our other games. It's not going to happen, so we just need to win this game, move on, and we've got ourselves to focus on a nice home game against, who've we got then? It's not West Ham away, that's the week after. It's Swansea at home, so we need to focus on that. But first, Tottenham, very difficult game. For this game, though, Liverpool, they go through. The draw, Roma, they've knocked out Barcelona. That's how you do it, Man City. They won 3-0. Like I said, that away goal, so crucial. They've knocked Barcelona out in Rome. Fantastic result for them. Liverpool fans, they all want to draw Rome. And in my situation, or in my opinion, should I say, that, in my opinion, is... That's a worst case scenario draw for me if I was a Liverpool fan, because Liverpool's style of play that they like to play, they can exploit the weaknesses of Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, because they do have weaknesses, and Liverpool's style of play could well exploit that. Bayern Munich will be used to teams running and pressing, so in my opinion Real Madrid would probably be a dream draw for them as long as they've got them at Anfield first. But Roma, they're a team that defend well and won't be willing to play. They play with holding midfielders, they defend deep. Liverpool won't be allowed a lot of space, and their pressing game and their high intensity won't really come into fruition against Roma in either leg, so it'll be so difficult. Also, they've had Mo Salah. They'll be so used to Mo Salah, how they play and stuff like that, that they'll probably have a little agenda where they know how to stop him. So in my opinion, that match against Rome, it'd be so difficult. My opinion, Real Madrid at home would probably be more desirable for them. Bayern Munich away, probably one of the worst. Don't want Bayern Munich away first leg. They're the type of team to go and absolutely destroy the game 4-5-0 in the first leg, and all of a sudden you've got absolutely no hope. Interesting for that. But for City, I thought Laporte played well. The sooner Otamendi gets dropped, in my opinion, he's gone like John Stones in the second half of the season. He's gone really poor. I'd probably be tempted for Company and Laporte against Tottenham, and we'll see how they perform on the ball. Otamendi's just gone really weak on the ball, so in my opinion, I wouldn't play him. Kyle Walker's looked particularly vulnerable. He's not looked fantastic. He's not looked like anywhere near how good he was in the first half of this season. A lot of players haven't. I'm hoping John Stones isn't too badly injured, because I think now would be a good time to start relying on John Stones, because he's excellent on the ball. Laporte's excellent on the ball. If we've got our first team around them, they might perform better than what we've seen in the cup games, because they've always had a rotated team around them. So this would be a good time to start changing things up if I was Pep. I'm also disappointed over the last couple of games with how Man City's mistakes that they're making, particularly in the Champions League. Ederson now has made 2 mistakes against Liverpool. He made it in the Premier League as well at Anfield, if you remember. So Ederson, he's got a lot of learning to do. A lot of the players have got a lot of learning to do. So it's all about how we respond from this, win the Premier League, we move on, then we can hopefully, rather than saying we want to sign 1 or 2 players in the transfer market, I personally think we're 3 or 4 players short. We need to bridge that gap now to make sure we get nearer and nearer to that Champions League semi-final. But overall, we've made progress. We went out to Monaco last year. They were very good. We've gone out to Liverpool this year. They were very good. We've gone from the last 16 to the quarterfinals. We should be aiming for quarterfinals every single season. Bare minimum, in my opinion. So we've achieved that. There's a little bit of progress there. We've got a little bit of positivity to move on. And if we can win the Premier League, then a cup double is an absolutely fantastic season. Can we go and break the points record for Premier League as well? Who knows? We do have to beat Tottenham, though, for that to be possible, in my opinion. So I'll see you all for that preview, which will be up on Friday. My social media links, though, you can go check them out. I've been tweeting a lot lately. You can go check that out. The links to them, they're in the description below. I'm leaving my second channel and my brother's partner channel, Mixed, doing mixology drinks. I feature in them videos sometimes too. You can go check out them, like and subscribe over there. Leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to press the red button to subscribe. Thank you for subscribing if you've subscribed already. Put your bell on, notifications on, then you'll be notified when I am uploading. And I'll see you all again. I'm tired of football, I really am. Peace. Ciao for now.